Hey guys, I'm Ruth Wilson and welcome to my channel. On today's video, I'm going to be teaching you how to do your brows, whether you're wearing makeup or not. But for today specifically, I'm going to be teaching you how to do your brows the most affordable and easiest way, especially if you live in the Caribbean, you're scared to wear your makeup because you know that if you do, it's going to punch you in the face. So if you want to see me get my brows from this, then keep on watching this video. So let's start by telling you exactly what it is that you're going to need if you're going to do your brows. For me to go an affordable way, it is better that you go with a pencil. If you live in Guyana, you can find one of these for either $100 or $200. You're also going to need a spoolie. Now, luckily for us, there are some brow pencils that literally come with a spoolie attached at the end, so you can safely use that. So basically, that's all you're really going to need, and you're basically going to need a wipe so you can use your finger to do the cleanup work. The first thing we're going to do is you're going to get some powder. I have some compact powder here, and I'm going to take a powder brush, just dip it in there and dust it off, and I'm going to pat it over the brows. That way it kind of eliminates whatever sweat gland or oil that is on the brows, and it eliminates the oil from peeking out from the brows too fast. So we're gonna brush that over there, and now that we finished that, get your little mirror. It's time for us to start learning. So the first thing you're gonna do is get your spoolie, and you're going to use your spoolie to brush the brows up. Brush the brow hair upward like this. Do not brush like this, because let me show you on the other side. I'm brushing up this side, and this side has been brushed like this. Now if you look at this brow, you might be thinking that, okay, that looks okay. But when you look at this brow, you're thinking, ugh, it's a wuss. But let me show you what the difference is. When you brush your brows like this, you are not going to be able to find the correct arch for the brow, so you really need to brush it upward so you know exactly where to start drawing with the pencil. Now that we have our brows upward, we're now gonna get our pencil. If you have a new one, that's cool. I have an old one, so I'm gonna sharpen it just a little bit so I can get it back to the point. And what you're now going to do is look at your mirror. Now when you're looking in the mirror to do your brows, you're not looking at the mirror upward like this. You are angling the mirror downward like this. So when you look down, you are able to actually see the brow line as to where you can start drawing on the brows. So I'm looking down in my mirror. If you see me looking downward, it means I'm looking down in the mirror. And I'm now gonna start drawing from the bottom. So we're gonna come right here, and I'm drawing it right here. And you stop right there. Let me show you why. It is supposed to be in line with this. It's just as if you're making a wing. If you're making a wing on your eyes, it's supposed to match here. You are not supposed to take your brow line a little further down, because it's literally going to pass here, and it's not going to look good. Nobody's brows grow that far. All right, so we're going to go over on the other side. So as you can see, I drew them on, but they're not even. And that's also very much okay. You know why? Because brows are not twins, they're cousins. All right? So I kind of eliminated that last line there to give it, now you see the drawn line, right? Now we're going to take our spoolie. I see some people actually do this. They brush the brows downward like this, so they can actually see the line at the top of where to draw. So now we're going to come to the top, and you're going to bring the mirror up just a little bit now that you've drawn the bottom. And we're going to start from here. We're not drawing all the way from here because we are not trying to create a boxed brow. So we're starting from right here, and you come, and you bring that arch right in. See that? Once again, you come halfway to the top, you come out, you come out, you come out, and you bring it all the way down. All right? Now, you might be thinking that this looks very, very weird, which it does. So now what you're going to do is take your spoolie, and now we're going to brush the hairs right back up. So you see now when I brush the hair up, I actually drew within the lines of my natural brow line. So now you're going to take your pencil and now you're going to start to shade. Watch carefully as to where I'm shading. You come to the back and you're shading the back. As you start to come up to the top, you don't go too deep with the pencil. The purpose of a brow is to keep it, to make it look as natural as possible, especially if you are not wearing makeup on that day, which today is that day for me. I'm not wearing makeup. So you come and you do some light stroking. That way, for me, because my brows grow very scarce and sparse, I basically have to do that to fill in the hairs of the brow. No, you don't touch hair. Don't come all the way here shading. You're going to come over here and do the same thing that we just did. You do not want your brows to look bold and italic according to Word document. You want it to look as natural as possible. So you just do there, you fill, and you stop. All right? Now, some people prefer a boxed brow where they literally keep shading and until it reaches that point right here, and then they just leave it like that. That's not what we're trying to do. Personally, a boxed brow is a preference. It's not a preference to me. I do not want a boxed brow. I want a natural brow, whether I'm wearing makeup or not. So now what you're gonna do is go in with your spoolie and you're now gonna brush, and you come all the way to the top and you brush. All right. Now for some people, they don't actually have hair at the tips here, so they have to literally create the hair. So that's what's happening here for me. I do have natural hair, but I still need to create it a little bit. So now I'm going to take the pencil very lightly and go like this to help fill in the rest of that brow. You come back to the front, fill in the rest of the brow, and then you take your spoolie again, and this time you just go all messy so that it blends all the way through into the hair. Then you can take the spoolie and go like this, because you've already drawn the brows all the way through, so it's already seen its arch, it's already seen where it's supposed to go. You go messy to make sure that everything is brushed all the way in. Now, I'm not using concealer to do this because now the brows, they look fine, but I still need to clean this up. Now I'm gonna go in with this little wipe right here, and you are shaping it to like the tip of the finger. If you have fingernails, you can use it. It's a lot easier if you have fingernails. Just make sure you're not hurting yourself. And now we're gonna go underneath and clean up the rest of the work. Now, if you're wearing makeup, it's a lot easier for you to do this with a concealer. Unfortunately, if you are not wearing makeup that day, you're gonna have to not use the concealer. If you can use the concealer, and then it's easier for me, I'm using this because I cannot find my Q-tips or my swabs, according to what we say in Guyana. I can't find my swabs, so I'm using this. So if you use a concealer to do the cleanup work and you're not wearing any makeup, especially if you are a beginner, it's going to be a lot harder for you. And the reason why it's going to be harder It is because you're going to end up leaving a lot of that halo. You ever see some people wear the brows and then you see up here looks very, very light and unattractive? That is that halo that they bring to the brow. So now I'm going to go to the top and I'm going to outline, do the same thing I did to the bottom. And bring it down to the tail. Just to get a little more precise. And with that, for the cleanup at the bottom, you use hair. For the cleanup at the top, you fix it like this. If you have Q-tip, it's a lot easier for you to use the Q-tip or the swabs. And you take your time and do it. All right. Now, like I said, I like the fluff at the beginning. So I'm now going to take a foundation brush. Now it's easier for me to do it that way. I'm going to take a foundation brush. This brush, I'm not using it to do anything with my face, but I'm actually going to be using it to do the cleanup in the middle here. I'm so sorry for the lighting. I'm going to use it to do the cleanup at the middle. So now I'm going to take the brush and put it centered like this in front of me like this. And you're going to now pat, pat, pat. You pat in the middle, and that's what the foundation brush does to your brows. So we're pretty much done, but one last thing I'm going to do is take my compact brush again, my compact powder again rather, and I'm going to dust that off and just put it right over the brows, like so, to eliminate whatever specks this would have left. And you're pretty much finished with that. Now, if for you it might be a little too dark, you can take your foundation brush if you want to. This is the importance of a foundation brush. And you pat the foundation brush over your brows so that it kind of lessens off some of the color and doesn't show it off like that. And then you just take your powder brush and voila! These are your brows ready to go out of the house naturally with your hair, and if you want you can add a little bit of lip gloss, and that's pretty much all you need. That's it for my video for today. Thank you so much for watching. Really do hope that you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe on your way out. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on my next video. Bye.